So we're set now. Bill Friday will drop the puck. And it's played by Busnick. Nagelsmann. And this is Yuri Lyopkin. And Yakushev dumps it in. Rader has to come out and lofts it up into the crowd. And very wisely, although he did risk getting a penalty for that, Yakushev just broke in ahead of the Whaler defense and was coming in all alone.
Cap Rader that you see here, just a youngster from the University of New Hampshire, and he's an active goaltender. You'll enjoy watching him play, just as you will with Tretiak at the other end. They both move around.
Shadrin on the face-off with Larry Plow. This is Busnick. Danny Art taken into the boards by Shalamov. And Yuri Lyopkin will chase it down. And the icing call on the New England Whalers, so the puck will come back up ice. Lyopkin's 31 years of age. He is really the core of the Soviet Union defense, number 5. Face-off comes deep in the New England zone. Larry Plow against Vladimir Shadrin. And it's controlled by the Whalers. Hank Slavin. This is Plow. As Callaghan on the right. Gives it into Arndt. Poked back to center. Yakushev comes out. As Shadrin on the right. The save is made up into the crowd. So the Soviets showing just how quickly and how gracefully they can move up ice. They do not waste many strides. They move the puck beautifully. And we get our first change of the evening. Alexander Yakushev, number 15, heading back to the bench. That's 19, Vladimir Shadrin.
Yakushev, the player that Bobby Hull says could very well be the best left winger in the world, bar none. A big, strong hockey player. We're going to see a lot of him tonight, and it's a real pleasure to watch these international hockey stars in action before a packed house here at the Civic Center. Spence?
This is looked Alexandrov, and he's bumped by Roberts. On the rebound, it comes over to Carlisle, and he clears the puck. Chasing it down for the Soviets, Vladimir Luchenko, number 3. And finally played now by Sergei Babanov. Tommy Webster keeps it in. The shot saved on the rebound. This is Webster. Save made by Tretiak. Once again, puck loose out in front. Mike Rogers going for it. Kept in by Webster. Save is made by Tretiak. On the rebound, Lyle. And another save by Tretiak, and he's forced to come up.
We have a man sitting down watching all this action. Watch this now as Tom Webster moves it across. Coming in quickly, the shot turned aside by Tretiak, and the Whalers just didn't let up. They came right back at it. This is Rogers back to the point. And another blast deflected in front and wide of the net. Put the Russian goaltender under a little pressure that time. Spence, here we go again.
Puck shot back in by Lyle, but offside are the New England Whalers. So the real first offensive thrust of the hockey game coming from New England. Number 16, the left winger, George Lyle. And this line is the leading scoring line for the Whalers. It kind of showed why in this particular sequence. Rogers will face it off. And it's controlled by the Whalers. Doug Roberts, along with Gordy Roberts, number 7. Tommy Webster can't find the puck. And the Soviet Union's Alexander Maltsev, number 10, shot in now by Golikov. This is Doug Roberts. Bad pass. Maltsev almost had it on his stick. Kept in by Pirodin. Luchenko with a shot off the boards. Right out in front, played by the New England Whalers. This is Rogers. Has Webster on the right. Tommy with a puck. Puts it in front. Tretiak sticks it aside. Lyle tries to put it in front. Tretiak pins it. So once again, another good offensive thrust by the Whalers.
This line has been far and away the Whalers' strongest line of the season, led by this man, George Lyle. Rookie of the league from Michigan Tech. He leads the Whalers with 23 goals coming into tonight in just 34 games coming in. This young Gary McGregor out now as both teams change lines.
Shot taken by Baldock, and the save again by Tretiak. He is being kept busy. Vladislav Tretiak. Shadrin, number 19, on the faceoff once again. Lyapkin feeds it ahead to Shadrin. This is Yakushev. Great stick work. Played now by McGregor. Buznik. Kept in by Lyapkin. Lyapkin's pass knocked down by Bolduc. And taken right back by Lyapkin. Shalamov. Yakushev shoots it wide. Shalamov on the rebound. Krikunov shot. And it's played by the Whalers. Bolduc shoots it to center. Bolduc shoots it back once again. This is Shadrin, number 19. Krikunov is 23. Hank Slavin. Kept in by Krikunov. Right out in front to Yakushev. Good drop pass to Krikunov, and the save made by Cap Raider. The puck cleared down into the crowd with 16:11 left in this first period. We are scoreless. Let's head down to Stan Fischler.
It's Mark Mulvoy. We saw some great goaltending by Tretiak. How did he get those reflexes?
Well, he worked with a baseball machine that the Soviet people found in Canada several years ago, and they fired perhaps a couple of thousand pucks at him a day and refined his glove hand to the point where right now he's probably the fastest goalie in the world.
Thank you, Mark.
Viktor Zluktov on the faceoff for the Soviet Union against the Whalers. Gary Swain, number 20. This is Tommy Earl, 27, shooting it in. And Alexandrov shoots to center. Doug Roberts. Luchenko, kept in by Doug Roberts, puts it front. And the Whalers have taken the lead by a score of 1-0.
Number 20, New England.
Watch right next to the net now, and the puck will come out for Gary Swain as he tips it through. You'll see it right here, standing right by the pipe, and there it is.
So Swain, the man on the right, not Smedsmo. Gary Swain puts the New England Whalers out in front by a score of 1-0. Gordy Roberts for the Whalers to Doug Roberts. And that should go as an icing, as Luchenko touches it down. 15:30 left in this first period, and the Whalers have moved out to a 1-0 lead.
And of all the lines to do it, that's not a line that you figure is going to score a lot. Gary Swain is primarily a penalty killer. He skates in the fourth line when Coach Harry Neal deems one necessary. But surprisingly, the Soviet team let him set up shop right in the crease to the right of Tretiak, and he just tipped home the drive from the right point. 1-0 Whalers.
Maltsev loses the faceoff. Gordy Roberts, Maltsev, number 10, is after him. We got a penalty coming up against the Soviet Union. It's going to be on Alexander Maltsev, and the Whalers will have the extra man. Bill Friday making the call, and there is Maltsev skating off. And New England will have its power play out with 15:21 remaining.
Hey, tell these guys if they don't keep their mouths shut, they'll get extra ones.
You heard Bill Friday informing the penalty area that if they don't keep their mouth shut after a penalty, there'll be another one.
Bill Friday, probably one of the most colorful referees you'll find, and in a game of this nature, he's going to make sure that it stays under control, I'm sure, Spence. There you see the penalty to Maltsev, 2 minutes, at 4 minutes and 39 seconds of the first period.
Viktor Zluktov, number 22, on the face-off against the Whalers, Mike Rogers. This is Doug Roberts, 14. Gordy Roberts. Rogers chases it along with Babanov, number 4. Webster Out in front. Good move by Roberts. The shot, the block made in front and played by the Soviet Unions. Looked off, 22. Webster after him with 1:33 left on the penalty. Taken away by Rogers. Nice speed to Roberts at the point. The save made by Tretiak. To Kulov. And Lyle has it to Rogers. One man back. That is Krakunov. Feet out in front to Lyle. Still has the puck. Has Webster in front. And he fans in the shot. With 1:03 left on the penalty. Dougie Roberts for the Whalers. Tommy Webster, number 8. This is Rogers. Out in front. No penalty called on that one. It could very easily have been one on the Soviet Union's Krakunov.
Let's take another look at that goal by Gary Swain that has given the Whalers a 1-0 lead in the early going. Here you see the shot through a scramble of legs, and Swain right there just tips it home past Tretiak, never stopped the puck, just misdirected it behind Tretiak, and it was in 1-0.
And you saw in the penalty box there Alexander Maltsev for the Soviet Union, and he'll be in there for another 45 seconds. The New England power play. Tommy Webster. This is Rogers. Poked away by Yakushev. Gordy Roberts. Webster. Taken by Lyapkin. This is Yakushev, number 15. Shadrin. Save is made. Shadrin on the rebound. Another save by Rader. 20 seconds left in the penalty, and Webster comes out to Rogers. Has Lyle on the left. Gives to Webster. Shoots it wide. Shadrin. 5 seconds left on the penalty. Lyapkin shoots it in, and that'll do it. But some good offense by the New England Whalers on that power play as Maltsev comes out of the box. This is Rogers, 17. 13-10 left in this first period. Krakunov. Yakushev. Lyapkin. And an offside on the Soviet Union with 12:57 left in this first period. 1-0 Whalers. Stanley?
There's a little bit of a difference in the rinks in the Soviet Union and in North America, Mark. What is it?
Well, the American rinks are 200 by 85. The rink in the Palace of Sports in Moscow is 220 by about 95, and the corners are very square, unlike these corners here that are rounded, and they're twice as deep.
Back to live action.
12 minutes and 50 seconds left in this first period. The New England Whalers are leading it by a score of 1-0 and looking to put on more pressure. Danny Arndt. And Hank Slavin shoots at the length of the ice. And we'll get an icy call on the New England Whalers. And the puck will come back up ice. 12.5 left in this first period. New England leads it by a score of 1-0. Tommy Webster, number 8 for the New England Whalers. We look at number 25 of the Soviet Union, Alexander Bialninov.
Tom Webster is one of the premier WHA players. He's been here since the WHA came into existence 5 years ago, after serving a stint with the Detroit Red Wings, playing on the same line with none other than Gordie Howe and Alex Del Vecchio back in their heyday, or part of their heyday. Howe's heyday goes quite some distance, as you know. He's come over here, and from year one, he has led the Whalers in goal scoring. He's an exciting player. And while he hasn't been on the board yet tonight, as you have so accurately described, Spence, he and George Lyle and Mike Rogers have really put a lot of pressure on the Russian goaltender.
That is a heck of a line. Larry Plow now out there centering against Alexander Maltsev, number 10. And this is Maltsev shooting wide. We're going to have double penalties coming up here for the Soviet Union.
25 Soviets, 2 minutes for charging, and 22, 2 minutes for elbowing.
Bialninov and Callaghan, you'll see him right here. There's the charging on number 25.
And Callaghan comes right back at him. Bang. And they both go for 2, and the time of those penalties will be 7 minutes, 37 seconds. There's Brett Callaghan.
Brett Callaghan, 2 minutes, elbowing. Time of the penalty, 7 minutes, 37 seconds.
Bialyitinov
For charging.
goes off for the Soviet Union, so we will play 4 against 4 for the next 2. 1-0, New England leads it. Plo and Maltsev on the draw. And Hank Slavin shoots it in. Plo causing trouble. Danny Arndt. Danny Arndt having a little bit of trouble in the corner with Vladimir Luchenko, number 2. And we'll have a face-off deep in the Soviet end. Thus far, Bill, we've seen the New England team be the far more aggressive. They're taking advantage of errors.
Taking it to the Soviet team, I think maybe there's a bit of embarrassment that they want to erase from the minds of their fans, and we'll talk about that the next chance we get. Then back to the action.
Maltsev feeds it out ahead. This is Golikov, number 12. Golikov. Hank Slavin. Larry Plo goes for it. Minute 12 left on the twin penalties. To Bialyitinov and Callaghan. This is Maltsev. He can fly. And the stick save made by Cap Rader. Golikov brings it back to the point. Pittakunov, number 23, poked away by Doug Roberts, and Danny Arndt has it. Right out in front of the Whaler goal, Hank Slavin and Maltsev began to go at it a bit. Maltsev overskating, Plo losing his stick. With 38 seconds left on the twin penalty. Right out in front. A good move by the Whalers' Backstrom. Ralph making his first appearance of the night. This is Shalamov. Pittakunov shooting wide, number 23. Played by Roberts, poked away by Shalamov. Shalamov has it in front, and a good poke check by Roberts. McGregor. 5 seconds left on the twin penalties. Yakushev around Gordy Roberts. This is Pittakunov winding up, giving to Lyapkin. Teams are at full strength. He shoots wide, and Callaghan shoots it out to center. Shalamov. This is Yakushev. Gordy Roberts is back, and he has the puck. Good. Slave, and a save made. He does it so effortlessly, does this Vladislav Tretiak. And right now, let's head down to Stanley.
Mark Mulvoy, the thing that impresses me is that the Whalers are getting behind the Russian defense.
It certainly is, Stan. The Russian defensemen don't use the body. People can set up in the slot, as the Whalers have been doing a little bit. Phil Esposito made a living sitting there in the Team Canada Series 1 year. And unless they do something about it, it invariably costs them.
Back to Spencer Ross.
Gary Swain almost coming up with his second goal of the night. Hank Slavin shot. Tretiak has trouble with it and finally holds on. Tommy Earl looking right there for the rebound, and Tretiak finally gained control. 9:54 left in this first period, 1-0 New England. There is Tretiak having the bobbles. Smetsmo, and the shot sails high. Smetsmo again. Tommy Earl trying to keep it in. And finally played by the Soviets, Alexandrov. A big bump by Hank Slavin on Victor Luktov. And play stopped with 9.5 left in this first period. Good clean check by Hank Slavin.
Number 10, New England, 2 minutes.
Well, he's going out for 2 minutes here at 10.5 minutes. Let's take a look at it as we get a chance. You'll see it right near the red line. Here's Hank stepping in, and up come the elbows. Down he goes. 2 minutes for elbow, and Hank doesn't believe it, but there he is. Number 10 for the Whalers.
I shouldn't play referee. But here's really where he took the penalty, right up against the boards.
he got himself fired up with a little physical play and pays the price, and will spend 2 minutes in the penalty box.
Power play now for the Soviet Union. This is their first one of the hockey game. Swain dumps it back. Busnik clears it. For the Soviet Union, they have Sergei Babanov, number 4, 18, Vladimir Vikulov out there. That's Vikulov dropping it off for Zluktov, 22, and we get an offside on the Soviet Union. Also out there, Boris Alexandrov, number 11, and Babanov, number 4.
Earlier I made reference, Spence, to the embarrassment that the Whalers suffered last week when they played the Czechs. They were embarrassed in their own building. They lost the game 4-1, and by the end of the game, their own fans were booing them. It was just not a good night for the Whalers, and I think they've got a little pride to try and recoup against a very strong Soviet team here tonight. And I think that explains why they've been taking it to the Soviets early on, and let's see how long they can keep doing it.
They lead it 1-0 to the New England Whalers. 8:50 left in this first period. Alexandrov taken down by Swain. Tommy Earl finds the lane. Minute 8 left on the penalty. This is Sergei Babanov, number 4. Minute left on the penalty. Vikulov. Tommy Earl pokes it away. Swain shoots ahead. Earl may have a break. Coming in with Luchenko. Tommy Earl still with it, and finally played by Babanov, number 4. Good breakout pass to Alexandrov. Alexandrov. "30 seconds left on the penalty. Babanov. Stick saved by Cap Rader. On Bialyedinov, Alexandrov out in front. Bialyedinov again puts it in front with 12 seconds left on a penalty. Luktov. Bialyedinov, number 25. Alexandrov, 11. 2 seconds left on the penalty. Team's at full strength, and here's the man out of the penalty box, Hank Slavin, losing it on a poke check. Bialyedinov, and that stops play on the offside. The Whalers kill off the penalty in beautiful fashion. 7:21 left in this first period. New England leads it 1-0. 7 minutes, 15 seconds left in this first period. The New England Whalers lead it by a score of 1-0. And Cap Rader coming up with yet another save.
Popped that one up into the crowd as it came off his stick into the curved portion of the glass. And when I say crowd at the Civic Center tonight here in Hartford, full house, Spence, and they're here at this moment at least cheering this young man on. There you see his goals against average, 3.11. Those 5 games that Cap has played since he's been recalled from Providence. Actually, those are his first 5 games ever in regular season competition for the Whalers. A hero of the playoffs a year ago, a rookie this year.
Golikov on the face-off with Rogers. This is Tommy Webster. Roberts. And Doug Roberts shoots it ahead. Foot race here between Rogers and the Soviet Union's Pikubin. And we may have a penalty coming up. We will on the
25
Soviet Union.
Soviets, 2 minutes, high stick.
High stick called on the Soviet Union's Bialyedinov. So for the second time, he goes into the penalty box.
And there you saw him right along the glass at the dark portion at the bottom of the screen. Number 25 goes for 2 minutes.
And the New England Whalers have their high-scoring line out there. Number 8, Tommy Webster, along with 17, Mike Rogers, and 16, George Lyle. They're the Soviet Union bench. Their team trailing 1-0. Nikunov, 23, comes back to Roberts at the point. Could have a break here for the Soviets. An offside called on the New England Whalers. And a
2
penalty.
minutes for Tripp.
tripping against the Whalers. Gordy Roberts.
Gordy Roberts, 2 minutes.
You'll
Tripping.
see here as Gordy Roberts got himself caught, was on the way down, and to prevent the breakout, took him right down, and that's all. Bill Friday right behind him. Bang. 2 minutes, Gordy Roberts for tripping. Time of the penalty will be 13 minutes, 21 seconds. Both teams 4 aside now. The penalty coming just 8 seconds after the Russian penalty, so they'll play virtually even.
Nullifies a good opportunity for the New England Whalers. This is Yakushev, 15. Dropping it off for Krakunov, 23. Hankslavin, stolen away by Yakushev. Shodrin. Buznik with him. Shodrin losing his stick. And Webster comes out as Rogers on the left with a pass. The shot is wide. Lyopkin on the rebound. Kept in by Rogers. Tries to feed in front. Blocked by Krakunov. Hankslavin shot. Good kick save by Tretiak. And Yakushev comes out. Minute 10 left on the penalty to Roberts of the Whalers. Subtract 7 seconds to the penalty to Bialyedinov of the Soviet Union. 5:35 left in this first period. Tommy Webster has it poked away by Vladimir Shodrin, and it is played by Vladimir Krakunov, 23. It's Rogers after him. Here's Yakushev. Big, long, rambling strides. And Shodrin is offside coming into the zone. 5:17 left in this first period. A 1-0 hockey game in favor of the Whalers and very nearly 2-0.
Let's take a look at Rogers going here. Clean breakaway on the feed from Webster, and watch this. He shoots it just over the crossbar to Tretiak's right, over his right shoulder. Rogers would like to have that one back as he sits there kind of shaking his head. I think he might think maybe the next time he'd go low, but you never know how you're going to beat Tretiak or if you're going to beat him.
Tommy Webster set him up with a beautiful feed. Buznik off the boards, and that's an offside pass that came from the Whalers zone up over the red line. 5:09 left in this first period. 31 seconds left on the penalty to the Whalers. Gordy Roberts, there you see him sitting there. And for the Soviet Union, 23 seconds left on the penalty to Bialyedinov. Luchenko, number 3. Alexandrov, 11. 22 is Luchtov. The poke check by Tommy Earl. Out in front, Alexandrov lining it up. Luchtov shoots it wide. Buznik on the rebound. This is Swain. Out of the penalty box, Bialyedinov. And now out of the box comes Roberts. Tommy Earl coming in to score! And the Whalers lead it 2-0.
This is Tommy Earl, just called back today from Providence to play in this game. Alan Hankslavin carries it in. Watch him, the drop pass back to Tom Earl, all kinds of room. The right-hander off the off wing, steps
Number
in,
10, Alan
an off-speed
Hankslavin.
Shot right on through. Tretiak,
Time of
it's
the goal,
2-0.
17
The
minutes,
assist from
26
Hankslavin at
seconds.
15:26, 2-0 Whalers. Back to the action, Spence.
Under 4.5 minutes left in this first period. Doug Roberts with the puck for the New England Whalers. This is McGregor. Poked away from him by Bialyedinov. Maltsev goes down, number 10. And they're bumping pretty hard now. Maltsev takes a real hard check from the Whalers' Danny Bolduc. And penalties coming up here. And it's going to be on the New England Whalers.
Number 7, 2 minutes elbow.
Gordy Roberts goes off for 2.
Number 7, Gordy Roberts. 2 minutes, elbowing.
Let's take a look as Gordy Roberts, fresh out of the penalty box, goes right back in. Bang, right in center ice. And Bill Friday right there sends the youngster off for 2 more minutes. Time of the penalty, 15:59. And the Whalers have killed off 1 penalty successfully. How long can you hold them off, Spence? This Soviet team is just a powerful, powerful unit.
They are mighty tough, but the Whalers lead it 2-0. Maltsev on the faceoff with Gary Swain, who scored the Whalers' first goal, number 20. Bialginov, number 25. Bad pass by him, comes to Luchenko. Good forechecking by Tommy Earl, number 27. This is Golikov, Maltsev, and he scores! Alexander Maltsev puts the Soviet Union on the board, beating Cap Raider on the near side to make it a 2-1 hockey game. Did not take long, 26 seconds on that power play, and Maltsev, number 10, gets the nice pass from Golikov's 12.
And he goes walking in on the left side, fires from the face-off circle, and down low to Cap Raider's glove side, tucks it in just inside the post. And that makes it 2-1. Time of the goal, 16:26. Here's the announcement.
Big goal right there. Big difference going into that locker room with a 2-0 lead or a 2-1 lead.
Number 25, Alexander
Lyopkin losing the puck to Bolduc. And Lyopkin has it again. This is Yakushev. Good lead pass to Shadrin. Hank Slavin. And a good break out to McGregor. This is Bolduc on the right wing as McGregor in front. The save by Tretiak, and the rebound still loose. Backhanded by Hank Slavin, sails high. Bolduc goes for it. And Yakushev now for the Soviets. Hank Slavin shoots back. Bolduc. Around Lyopkin. The save, score! Tretiak appears to have it. And then it's deflected in. Danny Bolduc makes it a 3-1 hockey game.
I don't know if he's going to give credit to Bolduc or to McGregor. 21 and 12. Bolduc fired it, and McGregor was climbing all over Tretiak in the goal mouth, and I don't know. I thought that if he got his stick on it, it would have been too high and disallowed, but Bill Friday waved it off, so presumably, well, let's listen.
Scored by number 12, Gary McGregor.
It was McGregor getting the goal.
Assisted by number 21, Danny Bolduc. And number 9, Ralph Backstrom. Time of the goal, 17 minutes, 19 seconds.
Here's Luchthoff right back, shooting it wide.
17-19.
Bobanov, plenty of time. Shot is blocked out in front, still loose. Luchthoff goes for it. Backstrom, this is Alexandrov, number 11. Bobanov going to have to start it over. 2:14 left in the first period. 3-1, the New England Whalers are out in front. Callaghan shoots it back. 2 minutes even left in the second period. Kulov cranks up and takes a big bump from Hank Slavin. Larry Plow. Good break-in pass. Plow goes for it again. Hart. Callahan. This is Plow. Callaghan. Good puck control by the Whalers. Plow shoots it wide. On the rebound, Roberts keeps it in. And we got a penalty coming up.
Number 4, 2 minutes, interference.
Watch the interference right in front of the net here as Danny Arndt is just upended. And as soon as they gain control of the puck, out he goes. Interference. There he is. Babanov. 2 minutes for interference at 18 minutes, 42 seconds.
So the Whalers with yet another power play. Larry Flo on the faceoff. Golikov, number 12 for the Soviet Union. Tommy Webster, but the puck is cleared by Luchenko. This is Roberts. Minute and 3 left in this first period.
1 minute to play in the period. 1 minute.
Blow keeps it in. Played now by Pervyukin. This is Plow, avoiding referee Bill Friday. Maltsev after him. And the Soviets will clear. Golikov. This is Maltsev returning to Golikov, taken down, and will have a penalty coming up against the New England Whalers. So that'll even it up with just 29 seconds left in this period, which will mean when we start period number 2.
Number 7, 2 minutes holding.
Heard Bill Friday, number 7, 2 minutes for holding. The Soviet Union will have an extra man for a minute 31.
There you see Gordy go in the box, and here's why. Watch what he does. There's a nice open field tackle right at the top of the slot when the Soviet player would have had himself a clean shot on Cap Raider. And Gordy, on his way over, didn't exactly agree with Bill Friday. But as always, you know who wins those, Spence. He's sitting down for 2 minutes. There you see, 29 seconds to go. 3-1 Whalers. We're in period number 1. Gordy Roberts off for 2 minutes, and Babinoff off for a minute 11 seconds.
Check that. Of course, Babinoff his penalty will carry over into period number 2 also. Vladimir Shadrin facing it off with Gary Swain, number 20, who scored the Whalers' first goal. Shadrin around Busnick. 18 seconds left in the period. Yakushev, good save by Raider. Shalamov. Save by Raider. Does he have it? He pounces on it. Could not find that shot by Viktor Shalamov, and finally did.
Watch this and see what you think about how close it got and whether Raider really knew where it was. Here it comes now. The shot comes in. Raider stops it. Suddenly realized he doesn't have it. Where did it go? There it is. I better sit down. And down he went.
With 7 seconds left in the period, Shadrin faces it off with Swain. Sagankov loses it. Tommy Earl, 1 second, the shot to save as the buzzer sounds, ending the first period, and that kind of typifies the kind of first period we have had here at the Hartford Civic Center. There is Vladislav Tretiak skating off back to the Soviet Union locker room, and after 1 period of play, the score, the New England Whalers 3 and the Soviet Union 1. I know even this partisan crowd has to be a bit up their opening line. Yakushev still out there, number 15, but number 7, Gennady Sagankov, is the man also out there. Both clubs killing off penalties. Babinoff in the penalty box for the Soviet Union for 30 more seconds, and for the New England Whalers, Gordy Roberts for a minute 15. Tommy Webster. And Rogers shoots it in. Yuri Lyopkin. Rogers after him. Played by Vladimir Shadrin. Sagankov, number 7. Shadrin takes a bump from Hank Slavin. Out of the penalty box comes Babinov. The Soviet Union now on a power play for 45 seconds. And Lyopkin cannot keep it in. This is Sagankov. Yakushev. Shalamov cannot control. Busnick. Raider. Check it. That's Hank Slavin who went down right in the crease. And he is hurt. And we're going to have a penalty coming up.
This is Joe Altott, the Whalers trainer, rushing to Hank Slavin's aid. He went right into the goal post.
15's going. I'll let you know what one.
15 is going, you heard Bill Friday say. That's Yakushev going for the interference or whatever. Let's watch. Watch him come right into the goalpost now. To be down near the bottom of the screen as Hank gets up. Watch the post. Here comes the push from behind. Hank looking to his left, and into the goal post he goes, and it looks like he hit right around the hip bone, I think, Spence.
And he's all right.
Hank is up, and that makes everybody happy because
Yakushev goes into the penalty box.
2 minutes for cross-check.
Cross-check the call, and not only are the Whaler fans happy to see any injured player get up, but Hank Slavin, one of the 4 defensemen they have tonight. Yakushev for cross-checking, and here it is into the back of number 10. Down he goes in the crease, right into the pipe. Bang.
Ooh.
Felt that one up here, Spence.
And a little bit higher. That could have been 3 or 4 broken ribs. No doubt about it. 26 seconds left on the penalty to the Whalers' Gordy Roberts. And then the Whalers will have the power play. This is Shadrin. Shot by Lyopkin. Good save by Cap Raider. Sagankov, number 7. This is Shalamov. And Webster pokes it ahead to Rogers. Shalamov comes back. Power play now for the Whalers. Shalamov. Lyopkin. Played now by Busner. Whalers playing it a bit like they're the team shorthanded. Sagankov. This is Gordy Roberts. Doug Roberts. Rogers. Try to feed it in front. And Shalamov clears it to Lyopkin. Minute left on the penalty. Lyopkin takes a bump from Gordy Roberts. Tommy Webster. Bobanov, number 4, to Shadrin. This is Shalamov. Good move. Stick save by Raider. Lyopkin keeps it in. Big pressure by the Soviet. Shot sails wide by Shadrin. And Doug Roberts has it. This has not been an effective power play for the Whalers. Lyopkin winds up putting it into the scorer's table. The play stopped with 18 seconds left on the penalty to Yakushev of the Soviet Union.
When you said this hasn't been a very effective New England Whaler power play, Spence, you are exhibiting a mastery of understatement. They have been back on their heels in their own zone with a man advantage. They've only had one almost breakout, and that wasn't very successful. The Soviets have been killing this penalty most successfully.
Vyepniov, number 24, making his first appearance, along with 26, Helmut Balderas, a 21-year-old Latvian, one of the promising stars for the Soviet Union. 6 seconds left on the penalty to Yakushev. Doug Roberts. Bobanov, Danny Yard takes it away. Yakushev out of the penalty box. Larry Flo out in front, shoots it wide on the rebound. Flo puts it in front. Callaghan couldn't come up with it, and Yakushev breaks out. Doug Roberts back. Tries to get it to Ryepniev, who's taken right into the boards by Callaghan, who's going off for elbowing.
.22, 2 minutes for the elbow, and 10. I'll get you a man for it.
There you heard it. Brett Callaghan, 2 minutes for the elbow and 10, and I'll get you a man for that one. Callaghan gets the misconduct. Here's the announcement.
Brett Callaghan, 2 minutes elbowing and a 10-minute misconduct. Time of the penalties, 3 minutes, 30 seconds. Callaghan, 2 minutes for elbowing and a 10-minute misconduct at 3:30.
Jim Troy, number 25, goes over to serve the minor penalty to Brett Callaghan, and Brett will be gone for 10 additional minutes for a comment to the referee. So the Whalers are short again, Spence, and this is what I'm sure is concerning everyone. How long can they hold off the Soviet power play?
And Coach Konstantin Lokhtov putting out some players we haven't seen before this evening. Alexandrov, number 11, but 24, Ryepniev is out there. This is Luchenko. Alexandrov can't find the puck. And it's cleared back by Hank Slavin. Ryepniev. Bobanov right out in front. Alexandrov to save. Alexandrov again. Drops it off. The shot. The save is made out in front. And Balderas couldn't get it high enough. And Balderas and Hank Slavin having some words out in front.
Watch the action on this one as the Soviets move the puck extremely well. Lots of wide open shots coming up. Here's one. Save. Up in the air it goes. Everybody scrambles. Here's two. He can't get it off. It's loose. There's three, and now four people fall on it, and we get the whistle from Bill Friday.
Minute 23 left on the penalty to the New England Whalers. Callaghan and Cap Raider tested right there. .53 left in this second period. The Whalers lead it 3-1. Shadrin. Yakushev goes for it. Lyapkin. Sagankov, number 7. Shalamov is 9. Out in front, Yakushev just couldn't gain control of it. Lyapkin again. Shalamov. Shadrin, 19. Lyapkin, Sagankov. This is Shalamov. 43 seconds left on the penalty. Shadrin's pass blocked in front by Gordy Roberts. Shalamov to Lyapkin. Out in front, the save is made off Shalamov by Cap Raider.
That was a good save, certainly by Cap Raider, but let's go back to the more spectacular one just a few moments ago when he had 3 shots coming at him. Watch the action as Cap saw it. Here it is, puck in the air, out it goes again, another shot, loose again, he turns around and finally gets help from his friends, and they all fall on it.
32 seconds left on the penalty now to the Whalers Callaghan, and they clear the puck.
34 seconds went off the clock without a Whaler touching the puck during that last try for the Soviets, Spence.
Here's Bialydinov to Maltsev. Great puck control by the Soviet club, Bill.
Unbelievable. But they didn't dent Raider yet. They've got 6 seconds to go on this penalty.
Here's Golikov. Maltsev goes in for it. Callaghan's out of the penalty box. Luchenko blocked right in front by Gordy Roberts. .14-15 left in this second period. It is a 3-1 hockey game. The New England Whalers are out in front. Bialydinov shoots it ahead, and we have a penalty coming up.
25 Russia, 2 minutes, high stick.
Bialydinov goes off, and right now let's go down a stand.
Thank you, Spence. Mark Mulvoy, I want to know what's wrong with the Soviet power play.
Stan, unlike most teams, that instead of a shooting gallery, they really try to isolate one guy right at the corner of the net, 4 on one side and 1 on the other. And the Whalers have really clogged up in front, and Raider has done an excellent job of keeping the puck to the side where all the people are, and the one guy who's isolated has never got the puck. Yakushev came the closest, and his deflection went wide.
Here it is. Okay, back to Spencer Ross.
Big save there by off the stick of Victor Shalamov. The Whalers now on a power play. Backstrom got to start it over. Tommy Webster, number 8. Maltsev 10 giving him trouble. That's Golikov coming over. Maltsev pokes it away. Golikov coming in. The shot, the save by Raider, and he holds on.
And we're going to have another penalty to Gordy Roberts, as he had no choice but to pull down Maltsev from behind, and he did. He goes for
2 minutes for hook.
There it is. Time of that penalty will be 6 minutes, 27 seconds. Gordy Roberts again in the box. The puck pops loose. Aggressive forechecking, and now there's nothing but red sweaters heading for the Whaler net. The penalty, the shot, the save, and still the Russians are not, the Soviet team not on the scoreboard.
3-1, but now we play 4 against 4 for a minute 28 in the Soviet Union. Then we'll have the extra man. Babanov, number 4. Luchenko with the shot, blocked out in front by Busnik. 3-1, Whalers lead it. Spencer Ross, Bill Rasmussen, Stan Fischler, Mark Mulvoy for Home Box Office Sports. And Babanov taken into the boards and hard. This is Valderas. Valderas, the Epniev, and a penalty coming up again on the New England Whalers.
This one to Alan Hanksleben, another defenseman going to the box, Spence, and
Number 10, New England, 2 minutes for hooking.
There's Alan Hanksleben heading off, 2 minutes for hooking. You'll see it coming right out of this play. As they go in, Hank turns around, he's beaten, and the only thing he can do is pull his man down, and that's what he does.
Time of the penalty, 7 minutes, 7 seconds. Hanksleben for hooking at 7:07.
Well, in 48 seconds, Bialyedinov will be out of the penalty box for the Soviet Union. Gordy Roberts, number 7, still has a minute 20 left on his. Alan Hanksleben just beginning his penalty. The Soviets will have a 2-man advantage in 40 seconds for about 20. Luchenko. This is Babanov. Luchenko, number 3. Babanov. Shot sails wide by Balderas. This is Babanov. Larry Flo in pursuit. 10 seconds left on the penalty to Bialyedinov of the Soviet Union. Shot hits the post by Luchenko. And out of the penalty box comes Bialyedinov. So for 25 seconds, the Soviet Union will have a 2-man advantage.
Watch how close they came to scoring this power play goal. Here it is. Past Rader to his right, hit the pipe and came across the goal mouth and right out. And that one would have given the Soviets a goal, taken one man out of the box and left one in there. They still would have had a power play. As it is, that didn't hit. And they do have a power play, but good. 5-on-3. And if ever the Whalers were to be tested, Spence, this is the time.
Key situation coming up here for the New England Whalers. Here's the shot by Luchenko. It is by Cap Rader.
There
Boom.
it is.
Hits the post.
You wonder how those kinds stay out sometimes.
On good nights, they stay up.
Right.
On bad nights, they go in.
It isn't St. Patrick's Day. I don't think Rader's Irish, but he had a lot of luck right there, didn't he? Here we go. 5-on-3 Soviets.
Shadrin on the face-off with Larry Flo. This is Shadrin. Shalamov. 18 seconds left on the penalty to Roberts. Tsygankov. Lyapkin. This is Tsygankov, number 7, shooting high. Lyapkin, number 5. 7 seconds left on the penalty to Roberts. Tsygankov shooting high again and right into the crowd. 11:35 left in the second period. The Whalers leading it 3-1. In 3 seconds, Gordy Roberts will be out of the penalty box. And 40 seconds from there, Alan Hanksleben will also return.
The Whalers just got a real break on that last shot by the Soviet team. As you take a close look at the scoreboard penalty situation, that puck ricocheted out of the rink untouched by a Whaler, which demands a neutral zone face-off, and that will at least get the Whalers 1 man back on the ice before the Soviets mount another attack, I suspect.
Shadrin on the face-off with Swain. And Tsygankov, number 7, has it. Gordy Roberts is back. Hanksleben has 36 seconds left on his penalty. This is Yakushev, 15. Tsygankov, number 7. Lyapkin, 5. Tsygankov. Third time in a row, Tsygankov has hit the glass. Yakushev having trouble. Shalamov, Tsygankov. Shalamov. Lyapkin. Here's Shalamov again. Out of the penalty box comes Hank Slavin. Teams are at full strength. The Whalers have killed it off. Lyapkin's pass blocked by Hank Slavin and played now by Tsygankov. Well-deserved round of applause from these Whaler fans. Yakushev. And Tommy Earl comes back. Tsygankov with him. Penalty coming up on Gennady Tsygankov, number 7 of the Soviet Union.
He can't believe that one.
2 minutes more.
Tommy Earl is a deceptive skater, and even though he's a right-handed shooter, he always comes down the left side, and he starts to turn that corner, and you'll see here. Watch what happens here as he comes in. Earl, a right-hander, puts it out on the backhand, tries to go in, and there he has to be pulled down. 2 minutes, Tsygankov at 9:37. The Whalers have the power play. And after killing off that 5-on-3 situation, Spence, they've got to be a little high now that they've got the man advantage.
That was a key situation right there for the New England Whalers. Alexander Maltsev for the Soviet Union to take this face-off with Rogers. And the puck is cleared by Bialyidinov. Doug Roberts. Golikov. And Tommy Webster. And that's an offside on the New England Whalers. 10:04 left in the second period. 3-1 New England.
We're going to be finding out very shortly whether we're going to have the goaltenders changing here as we come to the midway point of the second period of this hockey game. Good look at the Hartford Civic Center, a new complex, not quite 2 years old. It'll be celebrating its second hockey birthday come January 11th, just a couple of weeks from now. Whalers are in their second full season here, having played part of one that began just after New Year's '75. Back to the hockey action, Spence.
Beautiful facility it is. That's an offside pass. Roberts trying to hit Tommy Webster. Minute 33 left on the penalty. There's Tom Webster, number 8.
Fellow they affectionately call Hawkeye. You couldn't tell it from here. He is the Whaler leading scorer with 20 goals and 24 assists, second to his line mate George Livo with 23 goals. But Tom Webster off the ice wears glasses about as thick as the proverbial bottles.
Does he wear lenses?
But he wears lenses on the ice, right.
Golikov. Good save by Rader. This is Roberts. And that comes out. And an icing on the New England Whalers. Again, the Whaler power play has been for naught. They appear to be the team that is in the shorthanded situation on their power plays. 9:38 left in the second period. Golikov for the Soviet Union with Roberts. Whalers just can't get the power play going. This is Gordy Roberts. A minute left on the penalty. To Tsygankov of the Soviet Union. Webster. Lyle takes a check from Bialyadinov. And Maltsev has it. Kept in by Gordy Roberts to Lyle. His shot hits the glass. Lyle, backhander, goes wide on the rebound. Gordy Roberts tries to keep it in. Instead, we have a 2-on-1 break. Golikov with Maltsev on the left. And Doug Roberts takes Golikov into the board. And the Whalers break down. Webster, Bialyidinov with him. Rogers. Nice feed to Backstrom. Bialyidinov with him. Right through the crease it counts. 10 seconds left in the penalty. Hank Slavin shoots wide. Bosnick. And out of the penalty box comes Tsygankov of the Soviet Union. So the teams are at full strength. Golikov. Penalty coming up on Ron Bosnick.
Number 5, 2 for tripping.
Tripping on Ron Busnick.
You'll watch this as Sagankov comes out of the box. He's playing the puck, tries to step into the slot, and Buzzy is right there to haul him down. 2 minutes for tripping at 11:46. So the Soviets are back on the power play situation, and they have a face-off to the left of Cap Raider. Doug Roberts, the elder of the two Roberts brothers, number 14, comes into your picture. He's been shuttling back and forth between here and Providence. He's back for the game tonight, as is Tom Earl, just called up this afternoon for this particular game.
You're looking at Vladimir Ryepniev of the Soviet Union, number 24. Power play for the Soviet Union. And Gordy Roberts gets rid of it. Soviets have Babanov 4, Luchenko 3, back at the points.
Break it up, break it up!
This is the youngster Helmut Valderas, number 26. Shot is blocked by Dougie Roberts. Kept in by Luchenko. Babanov 4. Golikov, number 11. Babanov. Minute 24 left on the penalty. Kicked aside by Doug Rader. Ryepniev put it on net. This is Ryepniev again. Valderas. Shot blocked right in front by Gordy Roberts. Swain goes for number 20. We'll get a face-off deep in the Whalers zone with 1:05 left in this second period. A 3-1 hockey game in favor of the Whalers. Let's head down to Stan. Stanley? 7:18 left in the second period. 3-1. New England Whalers lead it. Soviets on a power play for yet 1:05. Yuri Lyapkin. Sagankov, number 7. This is Shalamov, 9. Sagankov with a shot, save, rebound in front. Yakushev went for it, couldn't get a shot on. 45 seconds left on the penalty. Yakushev, Shadrin. This is Shalamov. Sagankov, Shalamov, Sagankov. Stick save by Cap Raider. Yakushev has it. 28 seconds left in the penalty. Lyapkin blocked in front off a screen, and Doug Roberts just puts it right up into Cap Raider.
Interesting as you watch Doug Roberts with a little experience. Here's the shot, the save, and Cap Raider has the rebound out of control. He first looked back to his left, couldn't find it. Doug comes to his rescue and just shovels it right into the pads. No panic there when you're one of the experienced players on the ice. You know what to do, how to stop it all.
20 seconds left on the penalty to Ron Busnick. The Whalers have been short now 8 times in this hockey game and surrendered 1 goal. This is Shalamov. Sagankov is 7. Shalamov is 9. Right out in front. Yakushev tries to put it home. And the Soviets are contending that the puck went through the netting.
Bill Friday says, no, it didn't. We're going to have a face-off right here. Let's take a look. Here it comes quickly now at the corner. Did it go behind Cap and in or not? What do you think, Spence?
Well, it certainly didn't go in and come out as the Soviets were contending, and if it was in the first place, it had to stay there.
There wouldn't have been any question, right?
Just 5 seconds left on the penalty now to Busnick. 6:18 left in the second period. This period has been scoreless. Doug Roberts. Busnick is out of the penalty box. The Whalers have killed it off. Doug Roberts to Larry Flo. Could not move around Lyapkin. That's an offside pass. Play stop. 6:04 left in the second. That's Lyapkin.
Still 3-1 as we watch line change down on the ice. Spence, the play of Doug Roberts here tonight has to be a little bit surprising to many of the Whaler fans. He has been having an extremely difficult season, the reason that he was sent to Providence to the American Hockey League and literally was booed off the ice just before he was sent down. And tonight he is playing a strong game as one of the 4 defensemen dressed for the Whalers.
And everybody's playing a strong game thus far for the Whalers. Golikov. This is Rogers to Webster, and Tommy shoots it in. Pivukin. Rogers takes it away. Pivukin again. Rogers with him. And Pirotin feeds it out ahead. Maltsev. Pirotin. Blocked out in front and played by the Whalers. This is Lyle. Webster. Kept in by Hank. Rogers blocked in front by Bialyedinov. Pirotin with a fancy dad pass that went nowhere. And Busnick winds it around to Hank. Could be a break here for Tommy Webster. Hank keeps it in. Saved by Tretiak. Bialyedinov feeds out ahead now to Golikov. Maltsev, number 10. This is Rogers. No icing, waved off by the linesman. Bialyedinov. That's Danny Bolduc out in front. Golikov, saved by Cap Raiders. Busnick, 4:20 left in the second period. Whalers lead it by a score of 3-1, and a face-off coming up deep in New England end. With 4:17 left in the second period, 3-1 New England. Let's head down to Stanley.
Stan Fischler here with Larry Roush, a well-known attorney representing. Who do you think would be the most marketable?
Probably a fellow not playing tonight, Valery Koloumov.
Back up to Spencer Ross.
With 4:13 remaining in the second period. I wonder if Larry knows how to negotiate in rubles.
I bet he'd figure it out, Spence.
Very quickly. Alexandrov saved by Cap Raider. Danny Bolduc. Babanov for the Soviet Union. Nice attempt at a breakout pass. Roberts broke it up. This is Alexandrov. Alexandrov again, and a save by Cap Raider. Danny Bolduc. That'll be an offside on the New England Whalers with 3:24 left in the second.
We were talking about it earlier, Spence, and at the other end of the ice, Cap Raider is still in there. They have not changed goals as we take a look at young Gary McGregor, just recently acquired by the Whalers from the Indianapolis Racers. Gary, incidentally, the first junior in the OHA to ever score 100 goals prior to turning pro in one season. He's a very productive scorer, although he hasn't shown it tonight. He scored one, and it was not exactly the prettiest of goals, but I don't think he's going to give it back.
It's been very instrumental thus far. A 3-1 lead for the New England Whalers with 3:20 left in the second period. Sagonkov getting it over to Viktor Shalamov. Nice move by Yakushev. Backstrom chasing it with Sagonkov. Yakushev to Shalamov. Yakushev. Hank Slavin after him. Shadrin, Sagonkov. Out in front, Shadrin tried to jam it home. Shalamov. And Sagonkov will have to start it over. 2.5 left in the second period. Alexander Yakushev. Drop pass to Shadrin. Saved by Cap Raider. Clears to the side. Backstrom tries to get it out of the zone. Sagonkov. This is Yakushev. Busnick right after him. And Larry Flo feeds it out ahead. Torrey. That's Jim Troy, number 25, making his first appearance of the evening for the Whalers. And Busnick shoots it back in. Minute 48 left in this second period, and Tretiak decides to cover up. 3-1, the New England Whalers out in front. All the scoring taking place in period number 1. Swain, Earl, and McGregor for New England, and Alexander Maltsev for the Soviet Union.
I'd have to say that everyone here at the Hartford Civic Center tonight has to be surprised very pleasantly at this point, at least.
Face-off will come deep in the Soviet Union zone. It's Ney up 24 against Swain for the New England Whalers. This is Ryepniev. Vetsmo goes for it. Maltsev's good move. Blocked right out in front by Roberts. Here's Swain has Tommy Earl on his right. Ryepniev has it. Maltsev. Golikov. And up into the crowd it goes with a minute 12 left in the second period. Gordy Roberts. Valderas after him, doing some good forechecking.
1 minute. Play the period. 1 minute.
Looked off. That pass behind Valderas. That should go as an icing against the Soviets. It will, with 46 seconds left in the second period. 3-1. The New England Whalers are out in front. And there's a gentleman you mentioned earlier, number 14, Dougie Roberts, playing a super game this evening. Hank Slavin. Luchenko. Valderas. Luktoff, number 22, with 23 seconds left in this period. Tommy Webster. Penalty coming up.
Going to take them both, I think, Spence.
Valderas and Webster.
26 Russia, 2 minutes for boarding. Him too. And number 8, 2 minutes for roughing.
Can't get away from Bill Friday. Him too. Pinning Tommy Webster.
Helmut Balderas can't believe it, but he's going to go for 2, and Tom Webster's already
2 minutes boarding.
gone over for his 2.
Number 8, Tom Webster, 2 minutes roughing. Time of the penalties, 19 minutes, 42 seconds.
Here you'll see it.
Balderas for boarding, Webster for roughing at 19:42.
Webster came off the boards with a pretty good right there, Spence, and he deserved the 2 minutes that he got, but I guess Helmut deserved it beforehand to cause it all. Here we go, final 18 seconds.
Alexandrov taken away by Larry Plow. 2 seconds, that'll do it. So a scoreless second period of hockey, but nevertheless a good one as far as the New England Whalers are concerned. Cap Rader skating back to his locker room, and after 2 periods of play here at the Hartford Civic Center, it is the New England Whalers still holding on to that 3-1 lead.
Only 3 shots.
There was a situation in the Canada Cup with the Canadian team coming through with a victory just on that situation, with the buzzer going off as the 10-minute mark was reached, and it stole a goal from the Canadian team. Sagankov now for the Soviet Union as we start play here in the third period.
All right.
Victor Shalomov's pass eludes Sagankov. This is Larry Plow. Glove save by Tretiak, and a beautiful wrist shot by Danny Arndt.
Well, that was a good shot and save as you watch Danny Art get off a quick one here for the upper corner over Tretiak's left shoulder, but up comes the glove. Good shot, super save.
See the great reflexes there of Vladislav Tretiak. Larry Flo takes the face-off with Vladimir Shadrin, number 19. And this is Tsigankov to Shadrin. Victor Shalamov, number 9, goes for it with Danny Arndt. And an icing called on the Soviets with 9:12 left in the first half of this third period. There is Victor Shalamov, one of the high-scoring Soviet forwards. Tretiak so quick right here.
He is. Watch this glove flash up. Bang. Talk about Brooks Robinson and baseball players having a quick glove hand, Spence. They don't come any faster than that Russian goaltender.
And one thing I noticed on that particular save, the size of Tretiak's glove seems to be a little smaller than most goaltenders' gloves. This is Vladimir Shadrin. Yakushev. Tsigankov, number 7. And Danny Arndt breaks out, try to hit Larry Flo. Flo keeps it alive. Hank Slavin goes for it, and Tsigankov clears it. Flo comes in and fires. Saved by Tretiak. Yeah, Bill Friday elected not to blow the whistle on that one. Could have easily been a tripping penalty on the Whalers. Shalamov to Tsigankov. Shadrin out in front with Shalamov. 5 seconds left on the twin penalty. Luznik. And out of the penalty box come Balderas and Webster. Tommy Webster with a puck to Larry Flo. And a good poke check by Vladimir Shadrin. This is Shalamov. And Shalamov taken hard into the boards by Tommy Webster. And down goes Yakushev, and a penalty coming up on the New England Whalers. Gary Swain will go off. And tripping will be the call.
2 minutes for tripping, 20.
New England penalty.
Watch this defensive play
Swain
on Larry Flo as he has a partial
tripping.
break. What a poke check right here. Never touched the man, perfectly legal. Poked it away, and that's what we talked about Russian stick handling and their style of play being ever so different. Well, there was a perfect example of it. A lot of times you'll see a North American hockey player just run the guy into the turf, so to speak.
Shadrin just kind of finessed him off it. Power play now for the Soviet Union. Balderas. Good defensive play by Jimmy Roberts. The 9th Soviet power play of the hockey game, and their only score came out of power play. Balderas trying to move around Roberts.
Clear the box, clear the box.
Bobanov, number 4. Luchenko is 3. Bobanov. Luchenko.
Clear the box.
Alexandrov, 11.
Stay in the box, stay in the box.
Luchenko's shot sticked aside by Rader. This is Luchthoff, 22. Good defensive play by Flo, but kept in by Bobanov. 1:05 left on the penalty. And Alexandrov loses to Flo, and he clears. First time the Whalers have touched the puck in the minute since that penalty started. Alexandrov. Balderas. Bobanov. And Alexandrov went down. Gordy Roberts. And stick up too high on Sergei Bobanov, and that faceoff will come back into the Soviet Union zone. 38 seconds left on the penalty to the Whalers' Gary Swain. 6:35 left in the first half of this third period.
You mentioned that the first minute of the penalty went by and the Whalers never touched the puck. See Gary Swain there signing an autograph, serving a penalty. How about that? One thing that European hockey teams have a great amount of is patience. They will move the puck, trying for that one quality shot rather than dumping it when they have the man advantage.
This is Golikov trying to split the defense, and Hank Slavin comes up with it. The puck comes off referee Bill Friday. Busnick gets it out of the zone with 15 seconds left in the penalty. And a foot race here. Danny Arndt. And Bialednov takes him out of the play. 4 seconds left on the penalty. To the Whalers, Gary Swain. They have killed it off. And Busnick tries to get it to Swain. And an offside on the Whalers. 5:46 left in the first half of this third period. Here is Gary Swain, number 20, up and out of the penalty box. So the Whalers killing off their 8th shorthanded situation. They have failed only once.
That one made it 2-1 way back at 16:26 of the first period when Maltsev scored the power play goal for the Soviet Union, their only score of the evening. And despite the one time having a 5-on-3 advantage and another 7 power plays to go with it, they have not been able to dent Cap Raider.
Viktor Shalamov. Lyopkin, kick save Raider. Yakushev, Danny Arndt takes it away from him. Gordy Roberts shoots it in. Callaghan. Danny Arndt. Larry Flo. Pogankov gives him a bump. Callaghan goes down. You can hear the Soviet players talking from the bench. And an offside called on the Soviet Union. Cap Raider was screened on this one, but came up with a beauty to keep this a 3-1 hockey game.
Cap Raider, by the way, is the New England president, I guess Northeastern president of the Houston Astros baseball fan club. He's a great fan of the Houston Astros, great baseball fan.
How many people are in that fan?
Him. He's it.
President, traveling secretary. Yakushev, he's been foiled tonight. Saved by Cap Raider. Danny Arndt has it for the Whalers. New England leading 3-1. We're in the third period. Viktor Shalamov. A good move. The save by Raider. Rebound. Yakushev scores.
Can only hold him off the board so long. And Yakushev, there you see him. Big left winger makes it 3-2 at 5 minutes, 22 seconds of the period. And you'll get a good look at it here. This is Shalamov, comes in. Raider makes the first save. Can't control the rebound, and that's Yakushev quickly into a semi-open net.
Second
Bang.
Soviet Union goal scored by number 15, Alexander Yakushev, assisted by number 9, Viktor Shalamov. Time of the goal, 5 minutes, 22 seconds.
On the Whalers. Man who made that happen was Viktor Shalamov with a good move. And Raider made the initial save, but the high rebound makes it a 3-2 hockey game. Hank Slavin shoots the puck in. This is Luchenko. Alexandrov, number 11. Hank Slavin after him. Alexandrov puts it in front. Bolduc intercepts. Ralph Backstrom. Booksoff is 22. Babanov, number 4. Alexandrov. Valderas. And Hank Slavin. 3-2, Whalers lead, 3:40 left in the first half of this third period. The Whalers having trouble clearing their zone. Busnick to Hank Slavin. Looked off, avoids a hip check by Gordy Roberts. And the Whalers perhaps going into a shell right here, and kind of early to think of doing that against the Soviet club. They'll just keep coming at you. Alexandrov, Gordy Roberts after him. Out in front, looked off, blocked by Gordy Roberts. Alexandrov looked off, blocked in front by Gordy Roberts again, and the puck cleared out to center. Yalednov. Here's Gordy Roberts. Two good defensive plays by Roberts on this sequence. Troy at front, score! Jim Troy with a perfect centering pass, and George Lyle was there to make it 4-2.
Jim Troy on that one, number 25, taking a shift in place of Tom Webster on that line with Lyle and Rogers, and he laid a perfect pass in front for the big rookie from Michigan Tech to pop behind the goaltender, Tretiak. 4-2 Whalers. Time of that one. Here's the announcement. We'll listen.
Here's Gordy Roberts. Two good defensive plays by Roberts on the sequence.
Assisted by number 25, Jim Troy, and number 7, Gordy Roberts. Time of the goal, 7 minutes, 27 seconds. Lyle from Troy and Roberts at 7:27.
So George Lyle makes it 4-2. Yalednov once again tries to tip it in. No whistle on that high stick. And the Whalers come out. Troy, good stick save. Lyle puts it in front. The Whalers, who just moments ago looked like they were going into a shell. Dolokhov and a good save by Cap Raider, and Lyle clears the puck. Whalers will take an icing right here. But they won't have to because Tretiak touches the puck. Minute 44 left in the first half of this third period. Maltsev cannot control. Nechno takes a bump from Pervilkin.
Weird line they got out. They went playing. I wonder what swing was.
Yalednov. Swain to Tommy Earl. And an offside. Tommy Earl and Yalednov colliding, and Bill Friday is going to whistle them off.
While they're solving all this problem about whether or not there's a penalty, let's take a look here at the centering pass. There you see George Lyle just tip it past Tretiak. Have to tell you about Jim Troy. His strong forte is throwing the fist, so to speak. He is very rarely seen on a scoring play. He has led virtually every team he's ever played for in penalty minutes. He came out, he threw a perfect pass in the middle for Lyle to score. We're going to take another quick look here and see it. Here's the pass from Troy off the deep right wing boards. He lays it right out in front. George Lyle swinging in from the left side, just tips it home to make it 4-2.
And right here, the Whalers with a power play. A minute 10 left in the first half of this third period. So the Whalers, their 7th power play attempt. And they have yet to score on the power play variety. They lead, however, 4-2. Gordy Roberts. Doug Roberts, number 14. That's Lyopkin, number 5 for the Soviet Union. Swain. Doug Roberts. Gordy Roberts. Shot blocked by Shodrin. Yakushev. Saved by Cap Raider, and Swain has it. Minute 10 left on the penalty to be Yalednov. And we have 21 seconds left in the first half of this third period. And let's head downstairs to Stan Fischler.
Well, Spencer, it looks like we have an upset here. Mark Mulvoy, what do you think's going to Ross?
And Bobanov was the man caught here as Troy centered the pass. And there's the goal by George Lyle to make it 4-2. Busnick. 5 seconds left in the first half of this third period. Hank Slavin shot, and there is the buzzer, ending the first half of this third period. So we have 10 minutes to go. The teams will change sides. We have 43 seconds left on that penalty to Bialednov, and Tradiak comes down the other end.
As we watch the goaltenders, and Cap Rader down at his end is getting a standing ovation, and now they come up all around the Hartford Civic Center. The young goaltender, who was only scheduled to play half a game, just came up hot tonight, Spence, as you mentioned during the intermission, and he's got 10 minutes to go, and he'll have an upset in his hand if he can make it. I still don't count the game in the win column for either team.
There's a long way to go. That first period, though, in which the Whalers outshot the Soviets 19-8, grabbing a 3-1 lead. That has been the difference so far. This is Luchenko. Larry Plow gives him a bump and digs the puck out. Busnick. Save by Tradiak. Luchenko. 25 seconds left on the penalty to Bialednov. George Lyle, but Luchenko after him. Easy save by Tradiak, and he holds on. 14 seconds left on the penalty. Take a look at Tradiak's glove. It's much smaller, much more flexible. In fact, if you go back to baseball, it's kind of like the old first baseman Smith Ferris Spain used to wear.
You're really
dating
going back
myself?
No, you go back. Well, yes, you are, but, but you identify it very well. Ferris Spain. Now, that is a name from the past. Here we go.
Lyle's shot hits the glass. Luchenko takes Lyle into the boards. Luchenko's number 3, Lyle 16. And we'll have a face-off again deep in the Soviet end with 6 seconds left on the penalty to Bialednov of the Soviet Union. There is Vladislav Tretiak, beaten 4 times this evening.
A little trouble down in front of the ice as we look across at the penalty box. That'll be a face-off to the left of the Russian goal.
I believe Lyle's having trouble with his skate.
Well, and that'll force the Whalers to change the skaters on the ice. Backstrom comes out with the Roberts brothers back on defense, and up front he'll have Danny Bolduc and Gary McGregor. Danny Bolduc, incidentally, has played against many of these Soviet players. Danny was a member of the U.S. Olympic team this past winter.
Right out in front, Ralph Backstrom almost caught Tradiak right out in front with 3 seconds left now on the penalty.
Watch how quickly this one happens, and Tradiak almost finds himself beaten. Backstrom just couldn't get enough on it, but managed to roll it toward the goal line, and then Tradiak covers up.
And once again, it was Bobanov, the man who allowed Backstrom to get around him. Here's Backstrom. Bobanov using his body, and another face-off.
I have to tell you about that man, number 9, 37 years old. He's been around a long, long time, but he's playing, and everybody kids him about he might be slowing down, but nobody has told his brain his legs are slowing down, and he just keeps on hustling. Number 9, Ralph Backstrom.
This Whaler club has been having some problems this year, but off what I've seen tonight, I'll tell you, this is a pretty good hockey club.
I suspect that'll be a topic of discussion after this game, especially if they go out to Minnesota tomorrow night and lose a game.
Shalamov getting it ahead to Shadrin, number 19. This is Shalamov. Shadrin tries to center it to Yakushev and broken up by Danny Bolduc. 8:48 left in the hockey game. Backstrom taken down. Yakushev back. And Gordy Roberts breaks it up. I mean, they had man passes even off the board. You saw Yakushev there just shoot it off the boards, head manning it to a teammate. A lot of theories of billiards, the way they play this game of hockey.
A lot of angles.
Gordy Roberts for the Whalers. Shalamov after it now, number 9, and we'll get a face-off deep in the Whalers zone with 8:15 remaining. New England leading it by a score of 4-2. Victor Shalamov leaves with the rest of his line mates. And for the New England Whalers, that's Gordy Roberts, who's worked very, very hard this evening. As you've mentioned, Bill, the Whalers with but 4 defensemen. Yakushev got the second goal for the Soviets here in period number 3. Hank Slavin, Smetsmo, Lyopkin keeps it in. Yakushev, Lyopkin, saved by Cap Raider. And we're under 6 minutes now, 5:57 remaining. 4-2, the Whalers out in front.
Young Cap Raider was something of a folk hero here in New England during the WHA playoffs last spring. The Whalers' number 1 man, Christer Abrahamsson, was injured. Number 2 was Bruce Landon. He was injured, and Cap came back and played 14 playoff games. Took 2 series to the 7th and final game before they lost with a minute to go in the 7th game to Houston, and he was just Mr. Everything for the Whalers in those playoffs. Here we go again.
And the Whalers bring it out. Danny Bolduc. This is Backstrom. Tretiak actually let that one go through him, but it came out behind and wide. McGregor goes for it with Lyopkin. And this is Yakushev. 5 minutes even remaining. 4-2, the Whalers lead. Yakushev trying to do it by himself. Guess who still has the puck? No, Tsagunkov couldn't keep it in.
There you see linesman Wayne Monday standing right on the line, and just as it popped over, bang, he was right there. Let's go back to that save that you mentioned just a second ago. The save that was not a save, it went right through Tretiak's legs. Well, we see a little rough action behind the net with young Mr. McGregor being deposited on the seat of his pants instead.
4:51 remaining. Four to 2, the Whalers are out in front. This is Alexander Maltsev.
No way,
At this point, Bill Friday is not going to be calling many penalties, if any at all. He's kept a firm grip in this hockey game, and I believe has called an excellent game.
I'd agree with you. There's a theory among officials that if you get involved in a game that could be a rough one, it's what they call the pyramid theory. You call a lot of them right off the top. The number of penalties per period just diminishes, and therefore you have that inverse pyramid. That's what he's done. He's down to just 2 minor penalties in this period. They're skating and up and down, a lot of good hockey.
With 4:38 remaining, 2-goal lead for the New England Whalers. Upset in the making, Hank Slavin. Balderas' pass intercepted by Plo, who clears. Luchenko.
Okay, tell him.
Kravukin. This is Maltsev. The Whalers just meeting him at the blue line. And this one will go as an icing against him. But touched by Tretiak. He's done that a couple of times. Plo takes it away to Callaghan. Shot by Arndt. Save. Ron Busnick gets to it first. We get the icing call on the Soviets, and the puck will come back up ice. 3:50 remaining. There have been 20 minor penalties called in this hockey game, and 1 misconduct. That was against the New England Whalers.
Brett Callaghan had a comment or two from Bill Friday. In the background, you can hear the intensity of the game. I don't know what the Soviet players are saying, but we can hear them from time to time. And just on that last Soviet, when the Soviets iced the puck, you could hear the Whalers screaming to Larry Plo, "Get back, Larry, get back, Larry." They figure with 3:50 to go, they don't want to be caught on a 2-on-1 or 3-on-1 breakout. And they're getting a lot of help besides Harry Neal, all their teammates helping coach from the bench.
and a 4-2 lead. This is an explosive Soviet team. Tsygankov, number 7. Shot is blocked by Roberts. Yakushev puts it in front. Right there is Roberts. And Gordy feeds it out ahead. Troy shoots it in. Rogers. Tsygankov has it. We'll get an icing called on the New England Whalers with 3:26 remaining.
Here's a look at Jim Troy, who made the key pass earlier, and that was an offensive thrust. And watch what he does here on defense. He runs a lot of people, and he is a big boy. And there you see, he just missed getting a full piece of him. But he is a rough customer.
Shadrin will face it off for the Soviet Union against Rogers. Here is Jimmy Troy, number 25.
Nodding his head. I think he agreed with what we were saying about him, Spence.
Had good ears. Microphone in that helmet. Yuri Lyapkin. Yakushev. Shalamov to Lyapkin, number 5. This is Yakushev. Vladimir Shadrin hits the glass. Jimmy Troy after it with Shalamov. Shadrin has it. 2:55 remaining. And shot out ahead by Rogers. Rogers has it. Has Lyle in the slot. Comes in, fakes, and the save made. Right out in front, Tsygankov helping out goaltender Tretiak.
And a good thing he was on that one.
Shalamov into the zone. And the puck cleared once again by Gordy Roberts. Will not be an icing. Tsygankov, nice move. Both teams changing on the move. 2 minutes and 20 seconds remaining. The Whalers lead it by a score of 4-2. Yakushev. And here's Smetsmo coming in. Tsygankov with a super sweep check to knock it away. Tommy Earl. And Maltsev, number 10, ties him up. And play stopped. There is Gennady Tsygankov, who made a super play as Smetsmo came in here.
Dale Smetsmo, another one of the fellas known for the heavyweight work, was moving in on the offense there, and a beautiful poke check pushed the puck into the corner. And as the Soviet team gained possession of the puck, you could hear Harry Neal all the way up here say, "Swaney, get back, get back." Pleading with him to please get back.
Right here, the Whalers do not need any more goals. This is Alexandrov. And that one will not go far enough to be an icing. 1:40 remaining. Luchenko taken away. And Swain just shoots it in. Alexandrov. Smetsmo has it. And here's a potential break. Balderas coming in. Smetsmo cuts him off. Buznik. Then is Maltsev for the Soviet Union. Right out in front, the puck clear. And Tretiak lets that one skitter by. This time we'll get the icing call on the New England Whalers. With 1:05 remaining, Vladimir Luchenko, number 3, skating back to his bench. And the Soviets get a face-off deep in the Whaler end, and they need one right here.
There you see the story. 1:05 to go. Whalers leading 4-2. And Spence, it's going to be interesting to see what kind of a reaction comes from this crowd if, in fact, the Whalers manage to hang on to the lead for this next 65 seconds.
Tell you, you saw the sign on the scoreboard. Wait for the MVP award. It's only one man who can win that award tonight.
4-2 Whalers. The Whaler goal scorers tonight were Swain, Earl, McGregor, and Lyle. Yakushev and Maltsev have scored for the Soviet team. And we're into the final minute of the hockey game. Bench.
Fiery flow to Rogers. Here's the break pass to Lyle coming in. Score! Lyle beats Tretiak to make it 5-2.
Look at the Whalers out on the ice, en masse. to congratulate George Lyle, except you and me.
I tell you, I was standing a moment ago as Lyle came in and made that super move on Tretiak. Cap Raider came all the way out of goal down the other end of the ice to congratulate him.
Every single Whaler came off. Watch this now. Larry Blow to Mike Rogers. And there it is to Lyle, sending him home free. That long reach. He walks in and watch the move on Tretiak. Bingo. It's all over now for the Russian goaltender. He backhands it into an empty net. It's 5-2. Lyle from Rogers and Flo.
Lyle from Rogers and Flo at 19:08.
So it is now a 5-2 hockey game, and the Whalers are going to win this one.
This is the third and the fifth goal. Look what it's done.
This is Shalamov.
Don't let him score.
Shadrin cannot control, and it's cleared by Rogers. And a penalty coming up. It's going to be against Sagonkov for the Soviet Union with 27
Number
seconds.
7, Russia, 2 minutes for hooking.
There's Sagonkov going
Soviet
up.
Union penalty, number 7, Gennady Sagankov, 2 minutes, hooking. Penalty, 19 minutes, 33 seconds. Sagankov for hooking at 19:33.
That's a 10th minor penalty against the Soviet Union team. The Whalers have had 11, so they've been pretty even in that score. The Whalers did get a misconduct early in the second period. George Lyle scoring twice, the only man to score 2 tonight, and they're winding the clock down. 25 seconds to go as they're back into motion, Spence.
Gordy Roberts shoots it in. Luchenko clears the puck. 17 seconds remaining. This is Rogers. Larry Flo finds Lyle with 9 seconds remaining. That'll do it. The Whalers are going to win it. Flo. Roberts saved by Tretiak, and that is it. And listen to this crowd. And they're giving Cap Raider more trouble than the Soviets gave him tonight.
I think you're right. There's a chance to not only listen, but to look at the crowd. Final score 5-2 before a pack.